So back onto customer repair. It was one kindly passed on to us from Alan yesterday, so that was box 31. Moving on to box 39 today. I think after this we've got a box of 2 Midlands, and then we've got a box of 6 varied radios for customers. Right, so it's a TTI, I think this, and let's have a look. Won't move off channel 19, please service it. Terry, Aberdeen. My goodness, that's got some weight to it. So virtually a current model. We can open it. Good grief, it looks like new. Not sure how this cradle comes out. There's the first stumbling block. Could be that you unscrew it. It's 2020, it's got a supplier sticker on. This video's going to be a long one if I've got to unscrew all this kind of rigmarole. Good, there's an instruction book in there. So it's like the Amstrad one, but much bigger. Good grief, that took some doing. So it's stuck on channel 19. So let's have a feel of these switches for a start. So there's nothing like the tactile switches making a permanent contact. Of course, you know what's happening. It'll probably clear its fault in transit. You'd expect ingress of moisture to cause that through the front panel, but it could also be a capacitor on the front panel, which is a decoupling capacitor that's gone short circuit or leaky, and it can also be something huge wrong, and it could be as little as wanting a mouse to reset. Where did I put their power lead there? I don't know why this wire's so thick. Right, power supply on, 30.8 volts, power up. Switch on. And it quite clearly says channel 19. Unplugs the mic. Oh, that's done it, hasn't it? It's one of these. Got myself into a menu there, haven't I? Right, we'll switch that off. I just happen to have got a TCB1100 instruction book here. Going to reset it by resetting the band. It's got a master reset. No, I don't need to do that. If you're experiencing problems with your TCB1100, check the power supply, poor connection, etc. If this does solve it, reset the transceiver as follows. Switch it off, press the 9 and 19 button, which is that one. Switch the volume control clockwise. This will reset the radio. There we are, which is what it's done. So it's still having no channel change other than through the channel 9 switch. So to set it into the UK channels, what do we do? MOLCR, turn on the set, press the PTT to lock it in. So you see, that is, I haven't plugged the mic in, have I? Anyway, it's done it. So that's working. So there we are. Have we got this master reset? Was this a software thing? And why didn't it work when I did the reset? Let's do that reset again. So it was that button, switch it on, reset. There we are. Do you have to turn it off and on again? So under the reset we've got nothing happening. So why is that? So going once again for the country setup, UK, press PTT, that's perfect. Let's put it into how do you put it into other sets of channels? Tone lock. I don't know. So this is one of these CE approved radios which we could use on AM, but before the time that it was into the software that the UK could do AM on CPT. So is this another one where you have to put it into something else? EU would do it. Yeah. Mode. Oh, it's mode. That's what MO is. I've no idea what's it doing. So we still haven't got ourselves into. It doesn't wrap round, does it? No, it doesn't wrap round. It's for an EU country. So this time it should do AM FM. It does. So when we put into UK, I've deliberately gone past it. So do these sets not go into? Oh yeah. When the transceiver is used in the UK band, the mode button activates last channel recall function. In all other modes where national regulations permit this, it'll switch between AM and FM. So once you put this in UK, this set doesn't do the EU set of channels, so you can't go through the 80 channels available. You'd actually have to reprogram the set to to EU, wouldn't you? So that it gives you 40 AM FM on the CPT band. So that's a bit clunky. I've done these sets before. We've probably discovered it before, but anyway, it's not locked up anymore. And but why does it? If you do the master reset, oh, that's okay now. Whatever's happened, I think it's been a software lockup, and we've cleared it. So we'll go back into UK. There we go. So I'll do this for UK set of channels. He hasn't said otherwise. And I'm going to do AM, but not charge a custom for that, just so we can do a demonstration. So we're going to optimise it for UK set of channels. It's important to note for any end users, because bearing in mind we're normally trade only, but since COVID we've done 1 or 2 end users. Any end users, if they want to use all 80 channels optimised, then they must say so. There is a different fee, but they must say so because we're going to optimise it for UK 40. The reason being that 90% of our customers only use the UK 40 set of channels because, like me, they find the EU set of channels unusable. So I keep saying we can do 35 miles in our good direction from here towards Nottingham, and from base to mobile 35 miles on the UK set of channels. But there's times when, if we're going to EU mode, we can only do 1 mile. And quite a few of the on-the-air tests, when it's been CPT only sets under the PR27 GB type approval, there's been times we've had to curtail tests because I couldn't use EU, and there's also times when we have done an on-the-air test we've had to change channels 3 times because of foreign interference. Now some people might like foreign interference and try and talk back to it, but the chances are they're using burners anyway, so I'm not going to be lowering myself to the standards of the pirates. So let's get this into our test set, and chances are that's now fixed it and it's just a straightforward retune. So the customer did send that with the instruction book, and I haven't done anything different to what's in the instruction book, so that is a point to note. Of course the radio's gone off because what's happened is, although we've been supplied with the power lead, it's got these connectors on it and our crocodile clips are falling off them. Right, picture in picture on. Are we in the right picture? No, we're not. You know, I did press the right button to put the right camera on, but it doesn't always take effect. I think the remote receiver's a bit funny position or something. So we're on channel 20 and it's currently doing 3.4 watts. So we're doing this UK FM only. While we've got it, we'll put the frequency up. Being a newish set, it's well within, but we will pop that up. We won't be doing the VCO. While we're on channel 20, we'll do deviation. Wallow, it's absolutely right. Spot on. Channel 40. And it's doing 3.45. And on channel 1, it's doing 3.45. Perhaps it is now on channel 20. It is. We'll put a 5 there. Receive. So basically the customer's going to be just going to be charged for a retune and test, not charging for doing a master reset. It doesn't have low power, which they did. Let's just have a look at the current consumption, 1.145. Right, let's go into receive. Look at the synod meter. And plug in the test equipment so that we can actually read that. So what we got? It's gone a bigger scale than normal. That's disappointing. It's 2.7. 2.3. And if we can get 20 dB out of it, it is 7.2. Squelch. Exactly right, 100 microvolts. And in its more sensitive position, set threshold. It's 0.84. The radio is sensitive enough, it's just noisy. So, don't think it's as deaf as a post with those figures. But let's see if we can improve it. Maybe the detector's out. So I will say it's got a meter lamp, even though it hasn't. And when we press transmit, all the bars go across. That won't be adjustable. It's just pre-programmed to do that. S meter, 100 microvolts. Can't even read it. S5. So I've gone and changed channel by flicking the thing on the mic. So it is 270 microvolts for S9. Right, we'll open it up and see if some improvement can be made. Let's hope so. I'll just turn it off, and by hopefully turning the right switch. So wonder which side. I'm going to just look through the holes. I think we take the bottom off as you normally would. It's going to be there somewhere. I don't put seals on, but everything's photographed. So if I had a set come back and everything was in a different position to what was on our photograph, well, there you go. Yeah, I thought they'd got screws at the back. Good, well, that was the right decision. Took the right lid off. That's a bit wonky the way that's been inserted, isn't it? So I'll have to have a look at our service notes. It's nice that everything's actually labelled. You've got 2 relays in these. I always thought that when we'd got sets with relays in, they were going to be unreliable. But 40 years later, we've got sets with relays in, and they're still the original relays. Did I say relays? But anyway, and they're still fine. Yeah, that looks great. See if we've got any service information. Okay, we've got a full service manual. Put 10 minutes into this, and then it's lunchtime. So straight away you see sensitivity, 0.7 of microvolts with 10 dB, or 20 dB if it's in FM. So it's nice to get theory of operation. So although the customer's not going to be paying for the amount of work we're doing to this, we're going to go through everything because we can, because we've got the service manual in front of us. So starting off, and the set's now upside down, we need this to be in CPT mode. Did I just do master reset? I did, didn't I? I need to set the country to EU, don't I? It's in EC. That's it. So they want me to put it on 26, channel 1. Right, channel 1 it is. So just checking with the test equipment. Yeah. Now, when they come to doing the tune-up, we're going to be doing this on channel 20 UK. So I expect this is negative earth, but I will just prove it. Would do if I could get to the diode. Yeah, with negative earth. So with the test point, the VCO test point. Oh, this is fun, isn't it? Where's that? I think it's there. We're going to have to prove it though. See this being a 90-minute video. There's no printed circuit layouts in here, are there? That's absolutely useless. So you've got printed circuit board blanks as if you're liking to make a set from new, but there's no layouts. So we can't do the VCO because we still don't know where the test point really is. It says VCO test points. It's on the front panel. No, we just don't have enough information to do that. I'm not risking, especially with a customer set. So stuff the VCO. The set isn't faulty. They're going to have you do what? RF power adjustment. Yeah, that all looks the right way around. Okay, so we'll go over to transmit. That's really disappointing, that manual. Well, let's soon put that away. Right, so we'll go back into UK. Channel 20. So L701 and L703 are the transmit adjustments, and L701 there's going to be 703 is going to be inside there. Right, let's have a look at where we are. Very slight increase there. They always look like they're adjustable, but they're not. There's no mention of how to set RV106, which is 12 volt adjust. 12 volt adjust to what? And where's its test point? It's got 12 volt adjust, but to where? It says LO adjust, like low. So as if that's in Germany where you've got low power on AM. I think that's the case. That might affect, we may be able to get a few more thingies. Let's have a look. Because at the moment we're at 3.6 watts. So be very careful and see what happens. Yeah. No, that's as high as it's going. You can turn it down, but you can't turn it any higher. So it's 3.6 watts. We'll just make sure these are placed properly. That's it. So let's have a look at channel 40, 3.6 watts. Channel 1. Possibly 3.65 watts there. It's likely to be lower on lower frequencies. Out of interest, later on we'll have a look what it is on the EU set of channels. Let's go back to channel 20. So putting it on frequency. Very, very slightly out. CT1. It's so minute that it wouldn't be noticeable. That'll do. Transmit current is now 1.159. Let's just look at deviation. Wallow, wallow, wallow. That's actually come up to an unacceptable amount. So we're going to have to turn it down. Wallow. That's better. We'll come back to AM mod. I'm going to... No, we won't. We'll do it now. So I'm going to put it to channel 40. Just tune it in. Wallow, wallow. So that's strange. That deviations over the top on there. On there. I'm going to have to set it with by voice on here. Wallow. That's better, and hope it's going to be about right on the UK. So going back to now AM. Let's see what the percentage is. So I'd like it to be 90%, which is full scale deflection. Wallow. Why am I getting nothing? Because I'm not on AM. Oh, here we go. Unplug the extension speaker. Wallow. Oh, it's beyond the top. I'm glad I checked that. Absolutely ridiculously over the top. Wallow, 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 wallow. That's it, 90%. I'm not noting that because it's not part of what he's paying for. Right. It even says 80 to 90%. That was just well over the top. So it doesn't have a real It doesn't have a real meter for power output, it's fake. So you key up and whether the radio is transmitting or not. Even if I took the output transistor out, it'll probably still say it's a full whack of power. This is how modern sets are. We've already done deviation. We'll go back to UK channels. Wherever they are. And we'll go to channel 20. And we'll plug the extension speaker and thus the test instruments back into the radio. And hopefully we're going to start with the detector, whatever they say. They don't say start with the detector, but we do, so it's L109. Well, that's what it says, L109. It's that one. Okay, so I'll put the camera onto the oscilloscope. Turn the volume up a little bit more. Put S9 equivalent on the signal generator, and let's make sure that that's absolute maximum. The answer is yes, it was. Now let's hope we get some improvement when we go to cyanide. Of course, I would like the set to work better than it is doing. See, we can't adjust those, they're not really adjustable. So it starts at 107. We've got an improvement there, so that's good. Let's turn the attenuator down. 108. .110. So that's the AM detector. We need to go back to AM for that. And that means resetting the signal generator. So I'm not charging him for this. He's not asked for it. So AM, and we're going to put it on channel 40. It's not as far for me to adjust the signal generator to 27.405. Now then. There we go. Now I'm interested. This is nothing to do with what the customer's paying for again. But on AM, it's EU channel 40. Let's see what we've got for 12 microvolts. And it's 4.8 microvolts. In FM, it is 1.6. Right, now we'll go back to UK. This aerial socket's loose. We're going to have that great big soldering iron on the go, which Alan kindly sent me. So once again we're going to go into channeling, putting it into UK. Channel 20, and we'll put that back into the signal generator. There we go. And oh, I don't need to put that on there because putting it on the clipboard. So we're looking at 1.5 microvolts. 10 dB, looking at 1.15 microvolts. 20 dB, looking at 3.3. So quite an improvement, but not like you get on a Cybernet set of yesteryear. But it's going to work quite adequately, isn't it? So what else is there to do? So AM module's miles out. Oh, we've got the S meter to set, haven't we? It's now right. So the fact I've tuned the receiver has brought the S meter to the correct position. Squelch. Microvolts, and let's look at the sensitive end. It's coming at 0.3 microvolts now. That's a nice improvement. ASQ, I didn't do it before. Let's see, just see where it is. One 1.1 microvolts. So that's adjustable, but I'm not going to touch it. It's fine. So normal squelch and the auto squelch. So that is it. I'll have lunch and we'll put it back together.